Welcome to episode 2 of the track-by-track breakdown of Age of Legends by In Virtue. Here's the album on CD, in case you have not seen that this exists and you can buy it at the link in the description. We also have vinyl on the way, so you can pre-order that. We got t-shirts and all kinds of other stuff. Today, we're going to be talking about Sisyphus Awakening, which is, the title sort of sums up most of what the album is really about, the central theme of him awakening from his what was supposed to be an eternal punishment. It's the second track on the album, but really it's kind of the first song, and the intro track rolls right into it, and it starts with this lick on the guitar that absolutely sucks to play. If we're ever gonna play this track live, I really need to get this lick together. Don't ask me to slow it down and play it, because I literally cannot. It doesn't make any sense to me slow. The whole lick only takes place on 2 frets, the 14th and the 21st, and then I'm doing something. See, I can't even but it's all just those 2 frets across 6 strings. Don't write things you can't play, folks. It's a dumb idea. We'll also take a look at the lyrics here. I really like this groove. This is a very groovy 7. So the riff. So it's really just 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. So you can think of it as 7/4. But something about how it falls with the drums, it doesn't really feel like 7. And then the verse does the same thing. The lyrics, obviously, describing the Sisyphean nightmare. Endless to the peak you climb, always running just behind, never getting anywhere, flowers blooming late this year. So this speaks to the semi-autobiographical nature of the concept of this album. Obviously, I'm not Sisyphus. I've never been a terrible tyrannical king who killed people for no reason. But I so strongly related to this concept of feeling like I was pushing a boulder up a hill and never getting anywhere, that I've written it very largely about my own experiences. There is sort of an inescapable truth about songwriting, or really about art in general, that it's sort of impossible to write something that isn't about yourself, in a sense. Because even if you're trying to write about someone else or from their point of view, it's always filtered through your experiences and your version of what you think their point of view will be, or anything like that. So I just embrace that. So for me, the lyrics are about myself in a very abstract sense. But the line, flowers blooming late this year, is about me being a extreme late bloomer. A lot of people with ADHD wind up as very late bloomers because we don't have a very good grasp of time. And so we let a lot of time slip past us. I mean, this album took 6 years to get out from the time we started recording it. So a lot of this is going to be life imitating art, but to Sisyphus, it's just this nightmare. The chorus riff, I am extremely proud of. This is one of the first songs that I wrote for the album. This is such a dumb little prog Easter egg, but it goes 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 1, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 1, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 1, 2, 3, 1, 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2. There it is. So it literally counts down from 6, how many chug bits there are. And then the lyrics. see the day on the mountain breaking, sunlight kissing the stone. Forgiveness is at the summit waiting. Sisyphus climbs alone. So this is sort of his point of view. He thinks still for some reason that if he gets to the top, he'll be able to achieve forgiveness. Like he'll be able to sort of earn it by getting all the way up there. And this, of course, is folly. Second verse, we add a little synth lead. Any way the peak's defined, we're prisoners of a sick design. So no matter what the mountain is that you're pushing the boulder up, we are stuck in this mechanism of pushing this boulder up a hill over and over again. All of us. We push the rock without getting anywhere. Flowers wilt and disappear. So late blooming flowers. If we never actually get anywhere by pushing this rock, eventually we just kind of give up. Like if you don't release an album, eventually. This sounds so Cynic-esque. I don't really know how that came to be, but that section is just very cynical. And then we have straight up a breakdown, like it's 2005 metalcore. Like that's a huge part of my musical DNA. I did a whole series on my YouTube channel, the Trey Xavier Music YouTube channel, about that. But this is like Unearth or Killswitch Engage or something. I don't think Unearth ever used a choir in any of their breakdowns. But like, if I have an opportunity to use a choir, I'm going to use a choir. Ooh, it's a little distorted. Sisyphus Awakening from the nightmare that he conceived. On this day of reckoning, now ascending, shackles breaking. So that sort of signifies him, obviously, breaking free of his torment. I say that same thing, that same basic sentiment, a lot of different ways throughout the album. Also, at the point at which I wrote this, I did not yet know that it was going to be a whole album. I think when I was writing this, it was just one song about this idea. I think I wrote this before Purgatory, too. So remember that lick, because it's going to come back later. I sort of retconned this lick into the song, into this part of the song, because this long, wild instrumental part that happens felt a little out of nowhere. Rolling down for the last time, sinking is the stone. So he's letting the boulder go. He's giving up his burden. Hanging on to the guilt, you'll never make it home. Guilt is a central theme in this album. You may have heard the quote, "Guilt is a useless emotion." I don't think that's necessarily true, but there is a point at which it becomes the opposite of what it should be for. It should motivate you to do the right thing and to treat other people well, but there's a point at which it sort of turns on you, and it can linger long after you've actually made things right, and all this, and it can just have a very detrimental effect on your life. It becomes a millstone around your neck instead of like a properly motivating tool. And a lot of this album is sort of about finding where that went wrong. This next section is just like unnecessary prog in in a lot of ways. So what's happening here, a lot of people think this is bass. It is not. It's two-handed tapping on guitar, melody and rhythm at the same time. This song is so old that our former keyboard player, Laura, got writing credit on this song because she wrote some of the keyboard parts, like this little piano thing that goes here. So what's happening here harmonically is that we have 4 chords, a major 7, and then another major 7 up a minor 3rd. And then we go up a half step for a minor 7 chord. And then we go up a major 3rd for another minor 7 chord. And then we do that again during the heavy bit. Sort of a Lydian feel. And then we do the whole cycle again, but heavy. Same melody. And now those piano chords become these strings. And then the lick again. Not this time. And then I have a guitar solo. This is a kind of a rarity for me, actually. I don't usually have a third verse in songs. This one's a bit longer and more involved, of course, so I felt like a third verse didn't really feel out of place. Another failure, not this time. Running for the borderline. This doesn't have that line in there for some reason. Nightmare, unraveling, Sisyphus Awakening. Another failure. I feel like a failure constantly. And that's just like a dumb psychological thing that I have to live with. It doesn't actually matter if it's true or not. It could be true. It could not be true. It's just this feeling of failure, never being enough, never being quite good enough. And that doesn't really help you at all. Like, what is that good for? Like, what is the frame of reference for this? What do I have to do to consider myself successful? I have no idea. That's the worst part. And then this is Alex's greatest keyboard solo ever. I can't believe he did this. Right here. I did not know the boy had it in him. Final chorus. Final chorus, halftime. The kind of jump up chorus. A little nu metal-y kind of a beat. A little bouncy. Harmonized riff. obviously like a sort of a weird metric modulation play on this riff. And then the ending. Oh, I did something that I am incredibly proud of in the vocal at the very end here. The producer suggested this. I had never done it before and haven't really been able to effectively do it since. But I sang the last note, and what I did was I actually just dropped the pitch out entirely, so there was just the scream part of it. I have no idea how I did it, but it like turned from a sung note into a scream. I like did it the first time, and that was the end of that. I was singing a lot when we recorded these, obviously, and so my voice was like in really good shape, and I was able to do stuff like that. I'm hoping to get my voice back into shape so that we can play these live. So that is Sisyphus Awakening in a nutshell. A lot going on there. So that's track 2 on Age of Legends. That means we've got 12 more to go. Next one up is Karma Loop. One of my favorites. Might be my favorite. It's up there. Age of Legends is out now. We've released it completely independently, so every cent that you spend on merch, CDs, or vinyl that we have at the links in the description goes directly to us. We gotta, pay off our costs before we even make any money, so we appreciate all of your support, and I will see you in the next episode.